finished.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just be like, dude, I'd made it through the end. I was like, let's go. Are we going?
Yeah, it's the podcast. We're just making it. We're filling time. What's up, guys? Small Boys Podcast. I'm here with the worst William, the better William, actually. The better willbfrancis. I'm William B. Bennett. That's my name, actually. We're very similar in that way. We have Connor here. We're doing things. I have questions for you. How are you feeling, Will?
Not good. It hurts to be on this podcast.
Why?
My tailbone is bruised. I've got a neck pillow that I'm sitting on right
That's
now.
cool, dude, because you're in an office chair. That's meant to minimize your pain.
Back pain. This is like ass pain.
Your back is your behind. I thought we talked about this.
I think it ends at your ass. You think your ass is part of your back? It's like your back side, but
it's like your equator. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's like the epilogue of your ass, though. It's like, oh, there's more to the story. It's not part of the official book. It's just like, what can we expect?
I got a huge ass, dude.
Let's see it, bud.
I am.
Dang, dude, you're caked up.
I feel like I am.
I've never noticed it, which means that it's not that big.
I don't know.
That's caked up, dude.
I can tell it's big, but it's flat.
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know.
I'm so glad I didn't do it to the camera.
It's like a block of cheese.
Maybe like a cheese wheel.
Maybe that's why Bill's saying it, because he has an ass that you can't tell.
My ass is an optical illusion.
It's not good, but it does make you have to shop for pants longer than most of us.
Yeah, my life is hard.
You got the bungee waist? Yeah, you got the bungee waist.
Dude, bungee waist is the best, though.
I never thought I'd be. This isn't about to body shaming me. So, Will, I know things about you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna judge you by who you are and not your physical body appearance. Okay.
Sure.
So you grew up in Alabama?
I did. I grew up in Alabama.
You did music comedy in high school.
Oh, okay. You're getting this from other. Yeah, I was in a Tenacious D cover band.
What?
It was Woodrow Wilson.
You covered the Tenacious D songs.
It was Stephen Lynch and Tenacious D. So we did like, if I could be a superhero. Copyright.
Damn, dude, you're going to get his flag.
But yeah, we did tribute and I think Wonder Boy too.
On the first episode of the podcast, it's me playing a music video that I made of My Chemical Romance. That's like in the first 10 minutes. That's what I did. I was really...
Oh, man. You did that?
Yeah, I made it. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. It's an anime music video. All right. It was from what it was Woodrow Wilson. Is that the name? You perform for old people.
I think we did the school talent show. And then, we got called to do like a fundraiser for a cultural arts center, and they had no idea what was going on. They were like, they had never heard of Tenacious D, so.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, those songs are pretty wild.
It's so crazy because you're really like in that generation, because I don't really think I've heard of Tenacious D either. I only vaguely know of it.
You should watch
Jack Black, School of Rock.
Oh.
Yeah, School of Rock.
Yeah.
You probably know him from the Jumanji movies.
No.
Jumanji.
Y'all Jumanji.
No, I mean, you said that you got like to go into like cool older places that people your age wouldn't want to.
Yeah, they were all drunk on wine, which means they enjoyed it because they were just like blitzed.
Nice. Nice. Dude, earlier this week, man, I was just like clubbing, going from bar to bar, you know what I mean? I just got, man, I was drinking so much, I was taking shots from plastic sharks made in China. It's killing it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I made a lot of gay friends and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to go into places now, or do you still have to bring your mom?
Theoretically, I'm allowed in every place using my identification that shows I am of age.
I thought you're 19.
No. I am 21.
What?
He jumped ahead 3 years. He has a card now.
Are people enthusiastic about like comedy in Alabama where you were?
Not where I was. I know they have a scene in like Birmingham, Huntsville. There's like actually like the Stardome that people stop by. But in Alabama, like where I was from, the southeast corner, no, I was in one of the only stand-up comedians there, and I did sketch comedy. So I wrote sketches, performed them. We had like a SNL style show called Everybody's Famous that we'd put on like bi-weekly. So I was like churning out like new things every 2 weeks.
That's cool.
But yeah, I was like, I'll like to say I'm the best, but there was only like 3 other people. So
Like, I remember, I don't know if this isn't true myself, but I remember when I started, I was listening to Bill Burr talk about comedy. He's like, wherever you are, there's always like a Larry the Cable Guy equivalent of like a big comedian in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. We got one.
Yeah, we got Nick's guy.
oh yeah.
But he meant like there's always like a big fish in a small pond.
I don't go fishing. I don't understand that. Yeah.
You did a lot of.
Sorry.
You guys are having too much fun. I'm sorry.
That's not what we're here for.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't be doing that. Well, I keep
This is
looking
a
at
serious
Bill.
interview podcast.
I just keep looking at Bill. It's just the eyebrow.
I mean, I'm 21. I can grow facial hair.
Oh, have we mentioned the fact that we're wearing fake mustaches? Do you think our viewers have noticed yet?
Yeah.
They're like, nothing wrong here.
Well,
This is your first episode.
So
they don't do this every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have this thing. I have this thing. I'll show you to prove that I'm 21. Okay. Because people don't.
Your
believe me.
license is right there, but you're pulling out another card. So
Yeah, you're doing this wrong.
if you do that at a bar, they're like, all right. Put an X on your hands, bud.
Fuck, I can't reach into it.
For those of you at home, this is a McLove. You've seen Superbad, but you haven't seen School of Rock.
I'm doing visual gags on a podcast. Look at that. That's me. I'm dressed in a purple suit.
You know, people at
My
DMV hate
license.
their jobs, but you just...
That's my ID showing I am of age to go in any place comedy related and or alcohol related.
You look like you're 2/3 of a Joker costume.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Are you allowed in movie theaters?
Yeah. Hey, are you allowed at movie theaters? I heard you still get carded there.
Not... Well, Yeah, I did get carded the other day for Everything... Everywhere All at Once. You guys heard of this movie?
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear it was really good.
Yeah.
Where,
I was shaved though, so.
where do you... I didn't even know you could get carded for a movie.
Our movies.
You have to be 17 in order to get into those.
Oh, into the R's?
Mm.
I didn't even know that. I've always been just in there.
Which I think I saw a 40-year-old virgin, and my mom and dad dropped me off, and I had to call them to come back to sign me into the movie.
Well, you didn't just buy a ticket to another movie and then...
No, I'd already asked for a ticket, and they were like,
Oh.
It's crazy how you can like get into an R-rated movie by having your parents sign in, but like when you have to get a tattoo, you have to have your parents be there the whole time.
to just watch you make that bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just hear about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching a movie and getting a lifelong
Like,
choice on your body or...
Like imagine
Different.
like you're doing the tattoo and they're watching, they're like, stop it, don't do it anymore. Like, I don't know, it doesn't matter.
I hate this. I hate, and they're just standing over you. It already takes too long. Do you have any tattoos?
I don't.
I have one on my back.
Of what?
It's a birthmark.
All right, so there are people that tattoo birthmarks to make like their kid feel better for having what's called like a wine spill situation. Is that the case, or are you just like...
Yeah, except yeah, it's like the exact same situation, but instead of like a kid, it's like an anime character.
Okay.
My anime character birthmark, man.
Yeah.
All right, so I used to like when I was 15, I told my mom, I was like, my vanity plate is gonna say Digimon because I'm gonna be a Digimon fan forever. And now I couldn't tell you one of those characters' names.
Yeah.
Is this like gonna be that situation?
Did you get into Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still into Pokemon?
No, like when the pandemic hit, I played Pokemon Go because
Mhm.
like no one was on the streets,
Yeah.
and I'd have to get my roommate at the time to tell me like what this Pokemon's deal was.
You're like, what's this one's deal?
They're like, oh, this is a rabbit that spits poison and it will haunt you in your nightmares, and it's lactose intolerant. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
So let me show you the tattoo. So
Yeah.
I'll put it on my Instagram.
Just take your clothes off.
No, I'm not doing that. So that's the tattoo.
Your thumb is over it. It's a star shape.
Why is
Yeah.
it? That looks like a pregnancy. Like,
Just
go back.
Yeah, it's my stomach. It's my stomach.
it looks like suction therapy gone wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was a good decision, Bill. Everything that I'm saying is just because I'm jealous.
It was a good decision. Yeah, it is jealous because no one can tell it's a tattoo.
I've got an astronaut on my right arm because I went to space camp in 5th grade, and I'll never be happier than those moments.
Yeah, we had Science City.
Dude, honestly,
in Kansas City.
Yeah,
like I've had this last week I had like 2 really good days. Honestly, that's like the peak of my life.
I was telling Billy he's going to become an alcoholic. He's going to keep chasing those nights.
Dude,
Were you drinking? Are you drinking?
No.
Okay.
Even though I am 21 and legally and morally and ethically I'm allowed to do it whenever I want, I just don't because legally and morally and ethically I'm responsible enough to make that decision to stop drinking if I want to. So
sounds like you're trying to tell the guy who checks cards after he's like, "Is this real?" And you're like,
they've never
going to that
they've
spiel.
never asked me this. They've never asked me that before because my name's Bill.
Okay.
They've never. I mean, I talked to people about it, and they've said they've never met someone under 30 named Bill.
I grew up with a Bill. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but now he's like over 30.
True.
Is that interesting?
Bill is a 40-year-old dad name.
Yeah.
The mustache works for you right now.
There you go. The unibrow too.
For those of you at home,
I'm so glad we chose to do visual gigs on this one. What is it? No, like I'm trying to think about the best times of my life. It's probably never mind. I'm not gonna say that. The first time I ever orgasmed during actual sex. Okay.
Was that hard for you?
No, my dick works, dude. My dick works.
Oh my god.
So
I feel like when people say that, they're just talking about erections. They're not talking about like the completion
it
part.
does. I mean, I'm saying it fully functions in a normal way. My dick works. Okay, my dick.
It should. You're
My dick.
18 years old.
I'm. What are you talking about? What are you talking?
You're
about?
right. Every bouncer.
I'm 19. Then I'm 21. Then I'm 18. You're flip flopping, dude. You're flip flopping. Like your fucking sandals. You're flopping, dude.
These aren't flip flops. These are sandals. Flip flops, I feel like, are the Nike, just like the one sections over. I don't.
Yeah, cope harder. Will cope harder. Okay. Trying to think about the good times of my life. Honestly, it was like talking to when the NACA comics came over and having Jay on and meeting them was super cool. I really liked that. And then this week I went to this Wednesday thing, like this art as mentorship thing. It's my friend's in a band and he works with another band, and then they do like music classes for 12 weeks, and then at the end they do like a little concert with them closing to show off like what they've done. It's like it's they just do it for free. They just do it because they like being active in the community. They had like a mental health panel. So this is a comedy podcast, by the way.
What are you talking about?
Art is. This sounds like a Big Brother program.
Why?
Art as mentorship. Like,
Yeah.
Are they mentoring you, or are you mentoring other people?
I'm not doing anything. I just went to the concert.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Why is this a Big Brother?
Dude, do you know what that program is? It's for like kids that don't have dads, or at least they do, and like dads are like.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
and then they got to learn how to rock
Are
out.
you serious?
Say, I don't have a father.
Dude, I love those types of music. I love just like my life sucks. My life, like I'm a fucking loser.
It's like Bright Eyes.
I know, like I'll show you the music, dude. Will.
It's honestly,
pretty
it's
high.
disturbing. It's so emo that I'm just like, what?
Dude. No, but I went to it and they it was really cool. I got to meet a lot of people. Everyone was enthusiastic. Like musicians and like other people, they actually like think comedy is like interesting. It's really crazy because you'll talk to other comedians and they hate their lives in comedy. It's it's kind of refreshing.
Well, I'm sure someone has said this, but it's like musicians want to be comedians and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because like musicians can do the same song for like 20 years. And people come for that song. They're like, oh, it better not be the encore. It better be like they should open with it. But it's always the encore.
Yeah.
But like you don't want to see someone's hour from 20 years ago.
Yeah, and they just rip it like every night, basically.
Yeah. Me and Connor were thinking of doing like cover podcasts where we just like, try to like get the riffs down of other comedians.
Tim Heidecker did that with Joe Rogan.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like rambling mess of we're experts on everything, but let's look it up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was,
dude. Well, anyway, I think it's cool. Well, okay, I don't know. You just really take the fun out of everything, and then I.
I'm a teacher. I quit that.
That's enough.
How long have you been doing comedy? What are your comedic influences? Okay.
2-part question. Okay. Again, I did it in Alabama, so I would say 5 years. Moved here in 2018. So I was doing sketch, and then I had to transition onto like stand up when I got here. So,
I mean, like, were there any like specific people that you were like, oh, I like to watch this guy, or like, I feel like when I look at my material and the stuff that I do, it kind of has the same voice as this other guy. Has that ever happened to you?
yeah, I mean, like if you're writing poetry and you read a lot of like one poet, you're gonna start writing like that poet or anything along those lines. But my influences growing up have been canceled. Mostly canceled.
Shout out.
Oh,
Shout out.
wait, who were they?
No, we get that.
Louis C.K. I mean, he had like
Louis dope.
every year he had like a new insane hour.
Yeah, he's a legend.
But we all saw it coming. I mean,
It all-
not personally, but like he would just the way he would talk about jokes and like that subject area, you were like, oh, this guy's gross.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, to be that good, especially like stand up, because everybody's weird who does stand up.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I'm sure just fame and success
Yeah.
give that to a weirdo who
Yeah.
likes doing stand up.
Dude, you're so
Eventually,
right.
you're just gonna start jerking off in front of people. I mean,
Oh, he did it to Sarah Silverman, like when they were just on the road comics. Like,
Yeah.
they were
Dude.
too big.
well, that was a prank.
What you mean? Penis.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Gotcha.
No, I love John Mulaney. I remember I'm seeing him this summer when he's coming to KC.
I can't. I don't know. Something about John Mulaney is like he's so opposite anything that I am. I can't relate to him at all.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
I just can't relate to
It's a
him at all. And
different
it's also
style.
my ex-girlfriend's favorite comedian. So
Okay, that's why like it's that emotional thing. You're just like, I hate him because she liked him.
Just watching John Mulaney, like, I can't stop thinking about it.
I think you have your mustache upside down. You fucking moron.
It's not upside down.
I think it is, isn't it?
No.
It really, really looks upside down.
No, yeah, you wouldn't. Why would I?
Why would it fit to your face? Yeah, that looks normal, you fucking moron.
Are you sure?
You look like Bill trying to sneak into a bar.
Yeah, I'm like, I swear, just let me in.
Wouldn't that be funny?
You going up to a bar?
And a fake bar?
Good evening, sir.
Dude, fuck, what am I talking about? I just remember,
You look like Mario fell on hard times.
I look like me on hard times. That's what I look like.
The movie? No, that's Good Times. Never mind. The Robert Pattinson movie?
Do you know why I don't like you? Because you did theater. You're a theater kid. Okay. You know what? I also don't like you because you were a president in college of a frat. Okay. Two things I don't like.
I wouldn't consider myself a theater. I love drama, but I was mostly like behind the scenes. Like they would get me to do the announcements and be like, "Please silence your cell phones.
Yeah.
The emergency exit are lit up. Lit up."
These motherfuckers are lit.
Just got a radio voice.
What do you mean? You were the president of a frat.
Mm-hmm.
Dang,
And
you're
SGA president of my high school. I was just the most competent person running. I mean, it's not hard to be smarter than a frat brother.
It's also not hard being white, Will. Okay, how about that? Okay, it was really hard for me in high school. Okay.
You made it hard on yourself. I'm sure. Like they would not have said anything, but you like opened with it.
Yeah. I was walking around. I was like, "Oh, you think I'm a freak?" Like,
Kappa Sigma. Is there like a chant?
I don't think so. There's like secret handshakes and secret knocks and like rituals and like wearing robes and candles and everything you would expect
Wearing
from
robes.
a secret society that has kegs.
What kind of robes you wearing?
Like wizard robes with like hoods.
You said this is in Alabama.
Oh, I'm just making that connection. Historically, it's they're rooted in some bad.
You ever do cool things like host comedy shows though? Comedy shows there?
In Alabama?
Like, if I was the president of a frat, I would be hosting comedy shows there.
I did stand up like once or twice when we did talent. Like, what do you call them?
Hit the microphone again, Connor, and
Sorry.
I hate you. Okay.
Check. My mom was texting me earlier about my tailbone. She is worried about my ass. Literally.
Dude, it's crazy that like your mom calls you right after I get into an encounter with her, Connor.
What?
It's crazy how your mom calls you right after I sleep with her.
You're so dumb.
Yo, he has a working dick, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, my dick works, and I'm good at talking.
Yeah, I'm just like, Mom, did his penis work? And she's like, yes, it did. I was like,
When you say
wow.
When you say it works, does it have like a 9 to 5?
Dude,
No.
you would be surprised how many people I knew dicks didn't work. Like in high school, these kids' dicks don't work.
All right, so why are they telling folks? And then did you like
Yeah,
follow
how
up
did
on
this
that?
come across? I'm just
They're
like,
just like, yeah, I tried to sleep with this girl, and it was like mashing in like a rubber toy.
yeah, he noodled. He noodled out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's from anxiety of like I shouldn't be doing this?
I don't know. I think they're just bunch of insecure bitches. Okay, high school was rough for me.
You're fresh off of sex ed, so every time you do something, you're like, "Oh, I have herpes."
Really?
She's a virgin, but I have herpes.
Yeah,
The only
I
thing
had
was
friends
like-
that.
The only thing was like
that they had STDs. I'm like, you had sex once.
the only time
You
was,
dry
like,
humped in the back of a car.
I got
Sorry.
AIDS.
Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, continue.
I mean, my friend's dick didn't work. I don't know, and my other friend's dick didn't work, and my other friend didn't fuck. So I mean, like, I guess it was nervousness, anxiety, but it's a lot more common. I think it's because of the microplastics they're putting in all our food. You know what I'm saying?
They found microplastics in your brain.
Yeah.
It's the first time they've been like, oh, it can travel up your bloodstream, and now it's like embedded in people's. I'm just not to like drag you down, but like, oh man, kids are gonna be fucked up in 20
Dude,
years.
a lot of kids' dicks don't work. My dick works. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, lay off of it.
So what was your podcast, The Quest for Comedy Alive, about?
Oh man, we were playing a tabletop game, City of Mist with Jeff Krakenberg. I didn't start playing D&D. I played it in 8th grade, but like I couldn't understand the math. But it got easier now. There's like apps that do the math for you. But City of Mist was pretty cool.
Was that Jeff's podcast?
Yeah,
The Quest.
Quest for Comedy.
Still do that?
No, it's been on hold.
It's on hold. Yeah, our podcast is never going on hold. This podcast is more important than my life. Okay.
And that's why it's a week late. That's why the last one is super late.
It was 4 days late, 3 days late, something like that.
So
but I still get it out. I'm going to get it out. It will never be on hold.
So you were playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, man. Pretty cool.
I mean,
Your
I've
questions
always wanted
suck.
to play it, but I don't have all my friends are cool, so
Yeah, all your friends are like, I'd rather play with these hoes feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's what your friends are like.
When someone says their friends are cool, I'm like, all right, have fun crushing beers in the Walmart parking lot.
yeah. No, I'm getting tired of it. I'm like, guys, is this what we're gonna do forever?
We're going to go to Sonic after this because it's in the same parking lot.
We've all been on that. Like we did
And you
mushrooms a couple weekends ago or a couple months ago, and my friend gets up, pours up a shot, and we were just sitting there, and he's like, "How long are we gonna keep doing this?"
Dude, where I live, it's a nice place, so we actually do it in a Target parking lot.
Okay.
What is
You know what I'm
it?
saying?
What is it? Archer Farms? What do they call their brand of stuff? It's Archer Farms. I think it's Archer Farms. Like if you get a trail mix and it's Target brand, it's not called Target brand. It's like churched up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't shop. At
You
Target.
ever
don't
like
shop
you
at
ever
all.
do this in high school and you're just like, duh, you know what I'm saying? You're like, duh, like, duh.
No, Chappelle Show was out, so we'd be like, Rick James.
Yeah. Yeah, just walking around.
When was the last time you kissed a man?
I don't know if I ever have. No, it might have been like on the cheek as like a fun like on stage kind of thing. But
I remember hearing something about your father.
oh, kiss my own dad. I don't. We you know he doesn't like giving hugs. It's like a handshake. It's like a firm handshake. I think he's testing me.
Oh,
he's like, "Are you a man yet?" kinda
yeah,
thing.
he's waiting for the hands to get kind of.
He's like, "How have you ever gotten a job?" That's what that handshake feels like.
I heard from some source that you give angry, passionate kisses to men.
Oh, from Lynn's pod. You know, things said on podcasts shouldn't be taken in any kind of way, especially the small boys.
True.
This is the best podcast ever existing. in
I never
Kansas
say
City.
anything wrong on here.
Good thing you don't have any viewers.
Can you
would
tell
be
us
canceled?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Just nothing.
Can you tell us about the themes and messages of the Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman?
The themes that we all die, and then we've got to like live life to the fullest. That is something that I teach to my kids. Not like that we all die.
Well, hey kids, you're all gonna die. Get over it.
I peppered that in. We're like learning about grammar, and they're like, and I'm like, you should learn these rules before you die, which could be any day. Really take it to heart.
When are you gonna start doing comedy bingo again, dude?
I just don't like gambling. I think it's a gateway to
Being cool.
more gambling.
What is bingo gambling?
Absolutely, they ban it in a lot of places.
Really?
Yeah, they say unless you're doing it for like charity or something, like you can't do it.
Gambling's good for charity.
Is it like money? Do you put money
You
in
can.
bingo?
So they don't allow like hard casinos in, which I mean, you would be great at a hard casino because your dick works. But they don't allow like real casinos or lotteries in Alabama. But we have bingo halls and they have electronic bingo, which is a slot machine that has bingo cards on it.
What? So it's
Yeah.
just like a, I don't know, workaround. And they're like, no, this is fine.
Actually, the venue, did I talk about this? The venue that I was doing comedy bingo at did not like me because I was doing comedy before the bingo. And I made a joke, like they did, you know, Reiki massages.
Oh, no. What is it?
Okay, so the joke was like they do like crystal stuff there and tarot readings, which I do tarot, but not like seriously. But the massage is like they're using their energy to heal you, so they don't actually touch you. They just hover their hands over you, and so I made the joke like, and they pay, like charge $200 for this for like a 1 hour session, which is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
And so I said like it's the most money you'll ever pay for someone not to touch you.
And they didn't like that.
They did not like that because their clientele was there. They're like,
oh my God.
they're like,
I can't believe
what?
that's real.
And they were like, lay off. And I was like, you should lay on because that's a real massage.
I know, it's because
That sounds like the best job in the world. Just like, ooh.
I was at this, I guess this is interesting. I was at this chicken place and they're like, we do bingo every Sunday. I was like, what if we did comedy every Sunday? Okay, whatever.
All right.
Reiki? No. I'm a riff. Reiki just feels like someone who's afraid to try Braille. They're like, what if I like it? What if I prefer it over just reading
regular
words?
reading.
They're not blind. Can I use that? Can I use my own thing?
Yeah.
Sorry. What are you asking, Bill?
Guys, am I bad at talking?
Yeah.
No, I'm just a ball hog. If I get a mic in front of me, like
No, it's okay. You're a big fan of DC Comics? Is that something you're into?
yeah, that's the comics that I prefer. I think Marvel has the best universe. Like you can't argue that. Like it's just solid. Like that is the best example of modern storytelling
Mm-hmm.
in modern history because like how much money have they put into that? And it's a like concise like you have. I love people that said like Doctor Strange, you had to do too much homework in order to understand it. And I'm like, we've done the homework. Like Iron Man came out in 2008.
Yeah.
Like everybody that's seeing Doctor Strange 2 has seen most of that universe. But DC Comics, I feel like, it's history. It's you should know about the big three: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they've been still. How long is it? When did it start? It was like what, the 50s, 60s? When
Like the 20s, like 19.
The 40s.
I specifically remember the Batman comics came out like 1938.
19. All right, you're right because they did have racist depictions of like the Japanese folks. Because
Batman was beating up Asians.
no, it was specifically
But
Superman.
like,
Oh.
but
I don't know.
maybe
Batman may have traveled across it. He's rich on a sailboat. He's like
maybe
a
not
yacht.
like specifically like DC Comics or like Marvel used to be called Atlas Comics. This is becoming Carlos Ramon's podcast. Whatever, he's gonna do a podcast about comics. It's called Comics with Comics.
Is that still going on?
I have no idea.
He asked for like anybody out there that likes comics, and I showed him my graphic novel collection. He's like, cool, and that's the last I heard. It's
Man.
extensive. I'm a huge
Dude, I like
graphic guy.
I like manga more. I think in general, I just like the idea of like
I would have never have guessed Bill. Where did JoJo get up to the DMV? I'm sorry. Oh, you mean the printed anime? You know, there's a lot of mangas based off animes. So they do that. Like, does anything start as a TV show, and they like we should put it in? Picture
very
something.
few Cowboy Bebop and Evangelion started as
Okay.
TV shows.
Do you watch the new Bebop, the live action Bebop?
No, heard it was bad. I think I would play a more accurate version of Spike. I think I'd look more like him.
Well, they did it with Death Note, and it was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it was terrible. So
I mean, it was like cool to see, but then
I-
it sucked watching
like-
it. You're like,
I like-
"Ugh."
I like comics with like a strong creative head at them, and I feel like mangas were. I feel like it also comes from the culture of like Japan, where like overworking is normal. So like, but I really like the intense like the one person made all this crazy shit. Okay. This is a
No.
comedy
I had
podcast.
I dated this girl that she wanted me to start watching. I call it Naruto, just to piss people off. You ever watch Naruto? And like we watched like 2 episodes, and then like as she was picking the next episode, I saw it was like a 590
Yeah.
episode count, and I like out loud I said, "Oh, we're not gonna last that long."
Oh my god, Jesus!
Am I wrong?
I mean,
That's an endeavor.
No, that's the type of
Dude.
thing. It's like you start it, and if you like it, then you finish it without her. That's what you do.
well, I mean,
590. I love the X-Files and couldn't get through all of that.
yeah. During like in 2020, one of my friends, he just watched all of One Piece. It's like 1,000 and something episodes, and he just came
It's
back like,
not thousands, 1,000 chapters maybe.
well, the anime. There's like 1,000
episodes.
episodes.
What is 1,000 chapters? How is that different?
Volume, like specific, like there's like a specific episode to chapter ratio. It's like
Like SpongeBob, it has 2 episodes per episode. Like it's like 10 minutes and 10 minutes.
so. There's a manga they release either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, right? And then
Yeah.
that's
I hit my
best
head.
case scenario. Each week is like each chapter or each fucking is it a chapter, right?
Yeah, it's chapters. It's like it's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Each chapter is like an episode's worth of content. Sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's like they have to add filler, or they have to put like 3 chapters in one episode. Because
it's the Charlie Brown of TV shows. Like, you can open up the newspaper and expect, like, I'm getting a new little bit.
Yeah, basically.
It's gonna kick that football again. No, most of anime is just like showing what's already been shown. They're like, if you didn't see this 300 episodes, we'll play it again.
Yeah, it's like a flashback, and you're like,
tell us about this.
I know this happened.
This is a picture of 3 women with your face on it saying free will. I wanted the story behind this.
Are you gonna put that like people actually can see it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on. Okay. Yeah, those are my friends from Alabama. Basically like roommates, but how to describe this? So, kind of reminds me of you, man, at that age. But I would go to the National Peanut Festival every year, and they had a screen printer, and you would take photos that they would then put on a T-shirt. It'd like take 20 minutes. So every year I would go, and you could put like slogans on them. So I like printed off like a fake prisoner thing, and it says "Free Will" underneath it, and then one says "I'm not a crook," doing the Richard Nixon. What does the other one say? God, I hope it doesn't say Wiggles.
You go like that. You go like that.
My nickname in like middle school and
You
early high school was Wiggles.
You have
Wiggles?
guns and you're pointing at people like that.
The finger guns, classic.
Well, I have to ask,
Your
how'd you get
girls.
Wiggles as a nickname?
I'm a good dancer, and my dick don't work.
Dude, my dick works. I feel like I should advertise.
Oh my
that more
God.
often. I feel like people should know. I feel like people treat me like my dick doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
You were peppering this in is almost like your dick sponsors this at like
My dick sponsors every episode of the Small Boys.
stamps.com, but it's my dick works.
My dick works good.
Small Boys.
It works good, hard.
It's a dating app where it's only you.
I thought about making a dating app, but instead of like dating, it's like you instead of like swiping left or right, it's like you rank choice vote your options. I thought that'd be good.
So you mean Facebook in its early stages?
Yeah, rank choice dating. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
I can't. We let Mark Zuckerberg rule the world, and his idea for Facebook was, "Would you hit it?"
Yeah, it was like just all the college kids like, I'd fuck her.
Well, like all the, like that's why I think, oh, wow, this is so. I mean, a lot of social media like apps now, like they're meant so you can interact with people like without having to meet with them. But I feel like Facebook and a lot of the early social media apps were made so that people could go to like parties and like meet up. I feel like a lot of stuff.
Now they're like Twitter and Facebook. It's that's the town hall for Americans. So
Better
like,
than
not really.
Well, I was of the age where you had to ask for permission to be on Facebook. Like you had to be associated with like a college, and then they made it like high school level. And now like you need permission to leave. You got to try really hard to get off there.
Yeah, like deleting your accounts. Like, you sure? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, you really sure? You're like, why? Trying to delete Facebook. I just have it because I couldn't figure it out.
Connor, are you of age? Because I don't think you're having a hard time putting that mustache on.
Well, I accidentally ripped it in half, so.
I told you it was this fragile. No, like I have 2 accounts, and people are always like, "I friended you, but you never accepted." I'm like, "Which one did you friend?" Because this one hasn't been used since college, and there's like pictures I'm not too happy about, and I didn't have the password to my old Facebook, so I was like reporting these pictures. I was like, "It is offensive." I was like, if I do that like once a week, they'll eventually take it, and they did.
So, never thought about growing your mullet back again?
I did that. I had one recently, and the kids love it. The kids I teach love it. And they're like, show it off. Show me the flow. Because a lot of them want one, but their parents are like, that is trash.
That's trash. Having one is tight, though. Like, you do feel cool. I had one 2 years ago, and every day I was like, I'm so cool.
I had as you can see in those t-shirt photos, I had the Bieber swoop throughout like all of high school.
Yeah, is that your friends? Is that like the same age? Is that not like a childhood picture of you?
People thought it was like Ron Weasley. They're like, why do you love Harry Potter? I'm like, that is me. I'm not Rupert Grint. I get more work than him.
Mr. Rupert. Dude. Okay. You have a mini series going on that I've been looking at. The Nature of Things. Is that like
Yes.
Steve Irwin type vibes?
I make the joke, like, Steve Irwin and Sir David Attenborough, like the most famous nature conservationists. They want to save nature, but I'm a nature conservative. The less of it, the better.
Mm-hmm.
And I shit on Steve Irwin because I'm like, they called him the crocodile hunter, but name one episode where he tried to eradicate that vile species, whereas I've killed thousands to no fanfare whatsoever. I started that in, like, when I got COVID. I was stuck in the house, and I thought it'd be funny to, like, take stock video and just do voiceovers for, like, how dumb animals are.
Yeah.
But
have you seen that? There is like somebody doing that for viral animal videos. They narrate them.
Are you the guy with, like, the look at this honey badger kind of thing?
Yeah.
I'm not doing. And when I do that voice, just know it's
Racist.
it's my mom. It's my mom and her southern accent. The people are like, you can't do that voice. I'm like,
Why?
you mean Terry Francis?
What do you mean you can't do that voice?
What do you think that voice sounds? I'm not. It's like gay voice. It's like the stereotypical when like comedians are like, that's fancy. It's Terry Francis.
Yeah.
I bought this at Tuesday morning for a deal. Like, that's Terry.
But I think if you're not used to that accent, you would think. But I knew it was just a southern lady.
I just have so many gay friends. We're cool like that.
But do any of them sound like that?
I hang out with a lot of gay women.
So yes.
Yes. I'm not like specifically that. Jay sometimes has like the fancy voice. That's what I'll call it.
Well, he does that really good bit where he does this straight. He's like literally the straight man.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
invented
God,
that.
it's so funny.
Shut up.
What? Well, I don't know.
I invented that first.
Well, I don't know if it was his first time doing it at the club, because we were sitting together and he's like, "Should I just go up and act like a straight dude?" I was like, yeah.
No.
And he goes up, he's like, "What's up, guys?" I was like, "What?"
I had a bit like that where I would just like try to talk normal, try to be like a normal person, be like, "What's up, dude? I'm just chilling." You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to this music, dude. The Barter 6 is fire, man. Listen to Kendrick, Auntie Diaries. Speaking the truth, right there.
That sounds like a horrible first date.
I'm just trying to be like normal.
They're like, "Do you listen to music?"
And, and then you just throw on that album. Oh man,
I don't know. I've been young thugging my entire life, man.
dude, you're YSL.
Yeah, I'm YSL. I'm pressing charges.
Did you say YSL or White as Hell? What is
Oh,
it?
YS. That's Young Thug's
Yeah.
record label.
Okay.
Yeah, aren't they all in jail?
Yeah, they're all in jail. They
They're
got
all
hit with the
pushing
Rico.
P. They're all pressing charges.
They got hit with the Rico.
That's good street cred, though.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, doing 10 years.
I told somebody I was Chinese.
Got a big following in prison.
Yeah.
I told somebody I was Chinese once. I was hanging out with them. They're like, dude, you'll love this song there. And it's like a song of Gunna, like mumble rapping to the yeah.
I got a mixtape on the street from some guy that wanted money. He was like, "Yo, I need food to eat, and I also have this mixtape." I was like, "You blew all of your money on
Dude.
this mixtape. That's why." But
Funny you say that. Because
Yeah, I
we
love
we
mixtapes
also
so
know
hard.
one of those
Oh.
guys.
yeah,
We're trying to get him on the pod.
this guy was doing he was rapping over the Transformer theme, but like
What?
4 different raps over the same thing. He had like variations. He was like,
So-
"No, I got something else."
He could switch up the flow.
He has one where he raps over the Paper Planes beat by M.A.
Yeah, no, Childish Gambino was doing he was rapping over indie songs like in his early mixtapes, and I wish he still did that.
I have a shirt with this thing on it.
He has shirts too.
Yeah.
What is that CD called?
Illustrations of a Trap Star.
Okay. I'm already in love. When you get him, bring me on. All right.
I had him on, and then he canceled.
Was he too busy at the gas station?
like,
we do the show on Sunday, and he had a show.
And then
he
he's
said
like,
he had to do a
he had a
show.
show. He had a concert he had to go to.
The old Sunday midday rap show.
Yeah.
And his agent or manager is his uncle, who's like 80.
Dude, don't talk shit about Mr. Dutch.
It's the whole thing is just so funny though.
Mr. Dutch.
Yeah,
That's
and he doesn't put any of his stuff online.
Yeah, like he has like a track on MySpace that won't work.
That makes you like, oh, that's elusive. That's an enigma. You like,
Yeah, so I bought it and it's signed. It says "To Bill from Mr. Dutch, One Love," and I don't have a singular CD player in my house. I have this one. It doesn't even fucking work.
that is a record player for those listening at home.
This
Oh,
one.
I see it. Why do you have it? Throw it out.
It just reminds me of my childhood.
Okay.
And so you put it right there.
I thought, like, in my head, I was like, yeah, dude, when Mr. Dutch comes on, like, I'll have the CD and we'll be just listening to it in the background, unless he copyright strikes.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna do a
God.
listening party.
If we do a listening party,
Of Mr. Dutch.
Wear like party hats. Like make it like get it like a pinata. You're like, is this not what they're like? What do? You just sit around and go, yeah.
yeah, dude, this shit's tight.
Oh, make it cool. Fun confetti and funfetti.
What if confetti is like a party for like a criminal? That's good. Like, isn't that good? That's a good bit. I'm riffing, guys. Like a confetti.
Sick.
It's like Con Air. It's like that's that's like.
I was gonna call you Con Man. You probably get that a lot.
That's my mom called me Con Man
The
when I was little.
name of Superboy is Connor. That cool.
Superboy.
Superboy. Yeah.
Is he a clone or is he actually?
Clone.
God, I hate the clone concept in comics.
I
It's
like
so
Superboy
lazy.
a lot.
Like we like this character, but he needs a new storyline that doesn't affect the new storyline. Clone
Well,
him.
The Superboy is
What is this? What is Superboy?
So Superboy is a half clone of Superman, a half clone of Lex Luthor.
Oh wait, what?
Did you not this?
Who's the mother?
the death of the Superman? They're two gay dads. DC is super inclusive. Have you not seen the Death of Superman arc?
I'm not a Superman guy, but like I have a.
Oh, everyone should know at least the big three and like the biggest ever
Right.
arc in existence.
I will
don't know
contra.
about-
Yeah.
I don't know about the Death of Superman arc. The entire reason Superman is like entirely relevant, like he is now.
I had a poster of that comic series, and there's like his cape is over his coffin and
Yeah.
everything, and then like I think Supergirl's weeping, and they're
It's
like,
Lois Lane.
shit, I don't know. I like.
You're such a poser. No wonder Carlos didn't put you on his podcast.
Well, I like when Superman stories are like they converge with Batman stories, like Red Sun. Like Batman's trying to take down a communist Superman. Like that's fun.
Damn, there's a commie Superman.
No, it's
Communist. Like
Yeah.
if Superman
landed
landed,
in Russia instead of Kansas.
That's so cool.
he's got a hammer and sickle instead of like his S, which doesn't make sense because that's from his home planet. But whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like, no, I mean the reign of Superman. So after Superman dies to Doomsday, so what happens is the reign of Superman happens. Basically, there's like the backup version of like it's like a robot that's supposed to like protect Kryptonians. He's basically like a guardian of the Fortress of Solitude.
Okay.
He shows up, and then a guy who's like basically just like a robot that kind of looks like Superman shows up, and then you have like a cyborg Superman, which is half Superman, half cyborg, shows up, and then you have Superboy shows up, which is a clone made by a combination of Lex Luthor and Superboy, and then they all show, and then they all show up, they all fight each other, and then
It's like a father and son and their lawnmowers just hanging out in a garage. That's what that is.
And then it turns out that the spoilers for Reign of Superman in the 90s, by the way, but it's like it turns out that the cyborg Superman is a dark side like plant, and it's not actually Superman. The Superman's body rejuvenates, and it's like the whole entire. It's like the biggest arc in like Superman history, the death of Superman.
My favorite Superman villain is Metallo because it's a robot that's powered by kryptonite. So he can't even fight it because anytime he goes near it, it makes him sick.
Yeah.
Which is like a lot of your ex-girlfriends.
Yeah. My favorite.
Get think of her.
My favorite.
You remind me of you.
I'm trying to think.
Sorry. I'm gonna apologize every time I say something.
What's my favorite DC superhero? I'm trying to think. I like Animal Man, even though I've never read. I really like this cover. I don't know, man.
So you're literally judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
All right, I'll allow it.
Hey, can you tell me a crazy story from when you worked on a crisis hotline?
Yeah, I worked for a place. Oh, I forgot I had this mustache on the side of my. I was like, what is like? So 211 is like 911 meets 411. So you call 411 for information. You call 911 for emergency. So people would have like all kinds of life crises. Like if your house burns down, they're like, you need to call 211 to figure out where to get some clothes, where to get some food, and get your life back together. So people would call us like crying, and it was just so stressful. But one guy called us, and he was like, I called the police, but they didn't know what to do, but I am stuck on my toilet. And we were like, we can't leave here.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I just can't get up. And we were like, we'll call the police for you because you probably just didn't word it right. And then we called the police, and they were like, no, we talked to that guy. He worded it right. We're just a little busy right now.
Yeah. It's like was it just some fat dude stuck on the toilet?
Obese old man. Yeah. It didn't seem like it was the first time either. They're like, oh, there's Jed every Tuesday. I guess every Wednesday after Taco Tuesday, but it'd be like the equivalent for firefighters and a cat in a tree. They're like, maybe.
Yeah, like when we have time.
Wow, you guys have really fucked up the mustache bit. You guys have.
Well, mine fell off.
You guys are shit.
I'm not committed to the bit, and I started the bit.
Yeah.
I thought
it's like relationships with you, Will.
I do have intimacy issues. My dick works, but my long term, I shouldn't even have to talk about that because I feel like that's your thing.
Prove it.
I'm good. Just trust me, all right?
Well, I'm sure I'm friends with a lot of women. Will, I don't know about you. I don't know what mind control you had to do to get those women to wear those shirts, but men lie. Okay, so you have to back up what you're saying.
I think we all lie equal amounts.
No, men.
How do you get by in life without glossing over the truth? You can't be brutal out there, and the truth is brutal.
Okay. Women don't lie, but they lip gloss the truth.
No,
that's true.
Bill, do you have a lot of female friends, or you just post pictures of them on your Instagram story? I always wonder. I was like, do you know them?
Yeah, they're women that I know.
Giving them that Bill boost.
Yeah,
the old Bill boost. That's yeah. I'll scroll through and see what I'm like. What?
That's my way of showing support to the women I love and respect.
And there's no caption. It's just like their post, and I'm like, I wonder if they're going out with somebody, and they're like, do you know this Bill guy? Sharing every photo. He's not in your DMs, but he's supporting you. Yeah. In your life. So I'm glad you have a cheerleader. You're a good cheerleader, Bill. Thanks for having me on.
I'm actually a pretty good cheerleader because I am. I'm trying to make you happy, dude.
You can lift 200 pounds?
Have you ever thought about being Chinese or Asian, Will?
Every day. I wake up and curse God that I'm not.
It's Asian Heritage Month, dude. You could get immersed. Come to one of the Asian artists meetup, dude.
Do you think I could Rachel Dolezal it? Like if I just believe it, I can achieve it? Do you know that reference, Rachel Dolezal?
Dolezal.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even bother to learn her name because I was just like,
is this cucumber?
I hate her.
Is this a cucumber?
There's I mean,
is that you practicing?
Yeah, I was like, let's
do this together.
Connor doesn't even think I'm Asian.
What? Why does he not?
He showed me pictures of videos of him in high school, and he literally he looks like a white person, just like a white kid. And I was like, that's not you. Anyways, we had this. I was just laughing the whole time, but and then I think he grew into being Asian.
I am Asian. I'm actually half Asian, but
Which half?
much-
Are you like a centaur?
yeah, much like the cyborg Superman, I'm the best of both worlds,
Hmm.
and I'm super straight.
I met your
Might
mom.
take
I didn't
one.
meet your two dads though.
What?
I met your mom, but I didn't meet your two dads. So that's probably like
She
you're
was-
a third Asian.
She was just the receptacle that I was shot out of.
Shot into.
No, shot out of.
Oh, okay. What shot into out of? Like
She
garbage
was-
in, garbage out situation.
Yeah, it's like a cesspool down there, dude. Anyway,
The primordial is.
so I had two dads, and that was the thing. And then she was just the receptacle I was shot out of. You know what I'm saying?
That's brave of you to talk about.
Yeah, especially since
Yeah, how do you do it?
the thing is, like, when you have two dads and there's like complications, so my brain didn't quite grow correctly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like a mentally disabled.
Yeah, did I mention? I don't know if that was before we started. You give off like a head trauma vibe.
Yeah.
I think that was right out of the gate.
What do you mean, like a mental head trauma vibe?
Just like not a long memory. You may not recognize people. Like you introduce yourself like every time.
I keep telling people like the same stories over and over again, and Connor keeps saying that like I act drunk or
Yeah.
something.
You're like a drunk person all the time, but you're not.
Yeah, it's like I think he said like, oh, it becomes 11:30, and then he starts acting like he's wasted.
Yeah, at some point, like I'll be sitting there pretty drunk, and then as soon as 11:30 hits, like you're drunk too. And I'm like, you've been drinking? And then you're just like scurrying around. I'm like, what are you doing?
What do they call it? Like when you have like an empathetic pregnancy. Empathetic.
Empathetic?
Is that right? Where like
Empathetic.
like the men will start gaining weight if
Yeah.
their partner does, and then some men can even lactate.
Dude.
Yeah, my brother. Yes, my brother just had a kid, and he's just fat as fuck now. It's so funny.
Your brother had a kid?
Mm,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, but yeah, he's just like anytime I see him now, I'm like, you are fat.
So this is actually like
If you're listening, Connor's brother, we mean it.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
got
pictures.
big.
Oh,
You're a
boy.
big boy now.
so
Eating for two, huh?
so this is actually like this is the serious part of the podcast.
Well, what have we been doing before this?
You know,
Yes,
Talking about your dick.
just talking about Bill's dick.
I can't stop doing visual gags. I'm sorry. What is this? You talked about like I don't know. You know, since everything I did is just based off of Lynn's podcast, you got a lot of options. Small Boys is the best Kansas City comedy podcast ever.
It's the third podcast I've been on since I've moved here.
What's the first
Really?
one?
I don't know if Comedy
You
Quest.
were on Colby Cusick's thing with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I was on Shut Up and Clap. So that's like an online live show.
Yeah.
And then I did a character. He had an offshoot. Where is Ricky Cusick? Like the character. Have you ever seen that? It is good. So it's a whole like bit where he plays his own cousin. It kills every time. Like you should look it up after this. Or
Dude, I really like you talking about your first ever set you did where it was like a sketch where you played three people and it was Hitler calling a suicide hotline before he killed himself.
yeah.
That's a good like premise.
He's in the bunker and like I know he didn't kill himself because he was depressed. Like I know that, but the suicide hotline is trying to talk him down, but he gives a fake name at the beginning. He can't say he's Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Like, and at the end, she figures out who it is, and then she calls in a strike on him. But I mean, that's historically inaccurate because the Russians got to Germany before we did, but no one's thinking about that. They're just like, I hate him doing a Hitler impression. on
Yeah.
stage.
I mean, you talked about like how like this was kind of like coming to Kansas City was because like you've heard a lot of cool people from Kansas City doing comedy type stuff. I don't know specific people, but
Oh, the Big Slick is here. Like when I was looking up Kansas City comedy, like it was Jason Sudeikis, David Koechner, who's Champ Kine and Anchorman. You ever seen Anchorman, Bill? Oh my god.
I've seen memes from it. It's like 40% of the time, all the time, or he's like, oh,
60% of the time it works every time.
yeah,
I think that's what it is.
yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Paul Rudd's from here.
Yeah.
Speaking of that meme, and
Shawnee
then
Mission.
Eric
Vsauce.
Stonestreet. P sauce.
Vsauce.
Vsauce is from here?
Yeah, he's from Blue Valley.
What is that another rapper?
No, it's a YouTuber. Who
He's
does
an
like
educational
science.
YouTuber. You should know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't know what Vsauce is. It's like, I think, one of the biggest channels.
That's the thing. When people say like they don't watch TV, they watch YouTube. I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
DIY TV? Is that?
like I don't watch any movies, shows. Not that I'm like, they suck.
Dude, I'm not even like a real person, dude. I'm like a hollow shell people feed information into.
I think we all are.
Yeah. Just late
Was
night
I
in
trying to
bed.
We're on a
Oh,
podcast right now.
Jeremiah Watkins.
Yeah.
He's Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. AJ Finney, he's recording his stuff this weekend. He did. He's
Porter.
from Kansas City.
Chris Porter, is that his name? He's a.
And then you married Eric Streetstone.
Yeah, on Modern Family. But the four, like Paul Rudd, David Koechner, Jason Sudeikis, Eric Stonestreet. They do the big slick, and they come back every year to raise money for Children's Mercy.
I
But
didn't know.
I didn't know either.
they do a celebrity baseball game with the Royals, and they bring like a bunch of like people, and they're really bad at sports usually.
No, I mean, you talked about like how you feel like people always leave to get successful, but you're like, why can't people be successful here?
Anybody can do it remotely. Like, that's what we learned from the pandemic. Like, I think people are blowing up on TikTok, and it's just insane. I was looking at some people like Geneva Copeland, who's starting this mic at Manor Records. She has like 600,000 views on like one of her TikToks, and I'm like, I didn't know that, and until I started following her on there, I was like, that's amazing. But
Yeah. I've been saying it though.
You know
TikTok just isn't real.
You know me,
Like-
I'm just like diddly social media. You know, that's me.
But-
So
But like with TikTok, it seems like basically every person I know has gone viral at some point. So it's like, is that real?
it's literally that Andy Warhol quote. Fucking, I hate my life for mentioning this, but it's like everyone's famous for 10 seconds.
that is not the quote.
It's like it. I said it's like it.
Well, that quote is misinterpreted. I think everybody will get their 15 minutes of fame, and I can't even get it right. But people in the future, everybody will be famous for 15 minutes. I think that is the correct quote.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd believe it. But just like TikTok is, I mean, everybody can't go viral. It makes no sense.
I mean, they can. When every video takes like 10 seconds, yeah.
Well, I was saying this yesterday. I was like, people get booked because of their TikTok views, but the views are basically that someone watched your like it was on someone's phone, not
Yeah.
that they watched it. So I was like, hey, I've been clicked through 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, so were like the car warranty ads on the side of like
Yeah.
someone's just like, oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. Like no one's, not all those millions are them sitting through the entire thing.
Yeah. True.
I don't know about that stuff. I mean, the best thing that I'm doing, and the thing that I'm always focused on like making an impact on people more than impression. I don't. That's what the online thing is. Impressions when someone clicks on your thing.
I like, you want to make an impact. Well, why don't you volunteer more, Bill?
Yeah.
Why don't you do Big Brothers?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can do that with me if you want. I'm trying to get people involved.
Be your big brother, or opposite? You want?
It's like a class thing they do.
I think it's classy. You're right. It's
Mhm.
pretty classy.
Wait, are you going to teach comedy?
I don't know.
That's so wild.
I mean, I know how to write a joke, but so I'm trying to get other people on board.
What is the key to writing a joke?
There's multiple ways to look at it. I mean, wow. Why are you trying to do this to me right now? It's like expectation, then diversion. I mean, set up then punchline, or like a premise and then like an execution of premise. I mean, that's just for like simple jokes. I mean, you can also like add tags, or like, I mean, the hack thing is like, a trite observation, and then like furthering on that trite observation, then like tags to add on to that. I don't know. I've been thinking about it recently because I've been seeing other comics. You kind of have these like, I like strict comedy. I like strict jokes. I like the jokes. Like the content is like jokes then punchline. But a lot of comedians are doing this like kind of like spoken word, like an expression through feelings, through like using jokes to express like your feelings and what's going on with you, kind of like a spoken word expression type thing. Then people do this like storytelling thing where it's like, oh, the interest is like what's going to happen next type thing. And then there's some comedic aspects to it that kind of give people a break from the story, like that sort of counter jokes, but I think it's more like a story.
Like Mike Birbiglia.
I don't know.
Like he could tell like a 12-minute story and there's like maybe 10 jokes in the middle of like 12 minutes of material, but it's like, oh, you took me on a journey. You told a narrative. Like, I'm not mad at you.
And but then there's also stories where it's like they stop the story bit to tell like a joke, like a more traditional type joke. I don't know. I think there's telling a joke, from my understanding, there's telling a story comedically, then there's telling comedic jokes in the middle of a story. Does that make sense? Well, I don't.
Well, when I was mentioning John Mulaney, who you hate because someone else loved.
I don't hate.
But have you heard Salt and Pepper Diner? Like I used to like.
He's funny. He's so like weird to me. He's like he looks he gives me the vibe he belongs like 50 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's the appeal. It's just like he's an anachronism, somebody out of time.
Yeah, he's clean. And
I'm somebody out of head trauma.
Yeah.
You're getting through it, man. You already have the helmet off, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the helmet off.
I think it's because I got
two
the head,
right here. Yeah.
I think I got the head trauma because like I was strapping it on too tight so the blood didn't go to my brain. You know what I'm saying?
That'll do it. I have ass trauma right now, so I get it. Did I tell you why I have it?
Yeah, I meant to ask.
It's really, like, it's embarrassing, but I bought a bunch of Lego sets for May the 4th, Star Wars Lego sets. And so when I come home from work, I've just been, like, sitting on my ass and on my uncomfortable couch and building them. And then, like, just over a few days, it was like, don't do that.
And so now
what do you mean on your ass?
Huh?
Like on the back of your ass?
My tailbone. So, like, if you sit weird, like, it's all your pressure's on, like, the very
So you've been sitting
small bone.
You've been sitting on the floor?
I'm just sitting on my shitty couch that doesn't have any cushioning.
And you
see, you've seen my ass. My ass is cushioning. I never have that issue.
Well, like, you think that, like walking over a Lego brick with no shoes is the most painful thing a Lego can do to you, and it's not. They can hurt your ass.
I thought you were about to say you tripped over the Legos. I'm like, oh, dang.
Do you know what's so funny?
Sustained injury.
Who are the people that draw the comedy like posters? You draw comedy posters, right?
I've done maybe one.
Okay.
I made some on Canva, which is like anybody can do that.
And Joe Nunnick,
stellar artist.
Draws.
Yeah, he's put together a comic book.
And it's funny because it's like you guys, the two Lego Masters of Kansas City draw comedy posters.
Yeah, the two Lego Masters.
I'm a Lego buyer. He was a literal Lego master builder.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's fun. I went to Aaron Naylor the other day. He's like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get like this show up and ready. He's like, yeah, just call the local Kansas City Lego Master to draw you up a poster.
I've invited Joe over to my house to fix this set. It was like a TV that when you crank it, it's like the first level of NES Mario. It was like their Mario anniversary set that came with like the console and then the TV, and it just like was not working.
Oh, I think this is what I said to Aaron Naylor. I showed him the artwork for the Small Boys. And then he's like, oh, really cool artwork, Bill. I'm like, yeah, sorry. I can't have the Lego Master draw my shit. That's what I said.
I'll revamp it. I'll do both of your faces. Like, I do like cell drawing. So I'll just take a picture of you and then like draw over it. I'm not an actual good artist.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I'm tracing.
I think there's like a charm to what I'm doing. I put a lot of effort in it, believe it or not. So I don't see any version upgrade. I need the stuff I need.
Who's the third person? Just you. It was right above me. The whole
right there.
You.
ELA teacher can't read.
Okay. Well, anybody that you invite on is the alopecia podcast. Like, tell me about your journey. It's a bald person for our viewers at home.
Yeah, it's the cover of the podcast. No, I mean,
And if you're watching this while driving, pull over.
Pull over, please stop.
dude, no, like have a car accident and then they ask you what happened. You go, Small Boys Podcast, Bill Bennett, Kansas City.
Is that Breakfast in America?
Yeah, Supertramp.
Oh, nice.
Goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Goodbye.
Why do you do
Mary.
this? Why do you do this?
Goodbye, Jane. I'm pretty good. That's pretty good, right?
Did
That's
you
close.
karaoke?
In a past life.
That's a Japanese thing. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that what you meant?
No, I just like singing it. Like, that is the origins of karaoke.
I mean, like, okay, I've been talking. You mentioned this is serious. You mentioned a lot of comics not being like collaborative and like not being supportive of like improv or like sketch or like alt comedy. Like, what are your feelings on
That like, I said that that's the environment has changed in the short months since I did that podcast. Like, there's a lot more collaboration, and I think it's because I said that.
Yeah, you changed the game.
Really?
No, like the burlesque show, like I've talked about that. But then, like, when the Bird Theater opened up,
Yeah.
they're a lot more open to try like everything all the time.
Yeah, it seems like they're just doing a little bit of everything in the scene. Like they've got, like the burlesque show. That confused me. I was like, I thought this was a comedy club. And I was just confused.
What is it?
So, I mean, some of them girls are funny to look at.
Yeah.
Make me laugh every time.
Every time.
Dude, being straight is funny, dude. What was I talking about?
Do you ever watch? All right, Doug Stanhope is probably like, he's got this great bit. He goes, if I can tell your sexuality within the first minute of meeting you, I hate you.
Yeah.
And it's like a spectrum. Like, if you're straight, if you're gay, like if you are just, you got to talk about it. And like, you got to like just put it out there. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah.
That's
It's your
great.
whole.
It is great. It is great. I get accused of being too straight and too gay a lot of times. I'm rocking in the middle.
Wait.
Jay was like, I thought you were gay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You did say that.
And then I walk up to people and I'm like, am I straight? And they're like, you're definitely straight. Well, but I think it also, I might have also like slept with that person. So I think that might have changed.
Oh,
her
yeah.
perception
And then
stuff.
your dick worked. And then.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
she was like, wow,
It's
this dick works for pussy. She was like, wow.
Well, I mean, you can tell.
Yeah, I only
The
post
bit
girls.
is true. I mean, sometimes it's just like, if your whole personality is your sexuality or whatever gender, it's like,
What
good
about
God.
what about my whole personality is about having head trauma? What about that? You think that's
It could
being
be.
mentally disabled.
I mean, after that car crash, and then you went to the 403 and was just like, I'm concussed. And then,
Were you there for that?
Oh, so that's a thing?
yeah, he does have brain trauma.
Yeah.
I was waiting to do the big reveal.
Nail on the head. So sorry.
Yeah, I started.
Well, he was, because I didn't really even know Bill
Still-
at that time, but I'd seen him before. It is the same person.
Yeah.
You were the same before the car crash. And then,
So you met me the first day I did a mic.
Which is the day after you had a car crash?
No. You met me like late July. The first time I ever did open mic at the comedy
He
club.
wrote it about it in his diary. That's the only reason he
No,
remembers.
you
Yeah.
okay? You know what? I remember. I think I went after you,
Okay.
and then Teague was hosting.
Oh, I got walked because I didn't realize it was a 3-minute set and I was doing 5. And when he started flashing the light at 2 minutes, I was like, does time work differently up here?
Yeah. Well, if it's Teague hosting, I don't think he ever explains the rules. He's just like, let's do this. And you're like, all right.
I was so mad. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, this has never happened to me before. I was a little drunk, so.
What is it? I don't know. I feel like have you ever been out to Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
Before it changed. Like, I haven't been to it since the new Murphs. I haven't been to Murphs. What was it called beforehand?
Conroy's.
Yeah, I did Conroy's a few times.
I feel like they're pretty collaborative. Maybe it's because it's smaller, but I feel like the scene is nice.
I did well at that because it's college kids.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not really
I don't
anymore.
know.
It's Lawrence. I mean, and like they're bringer shows, so like people like that were doing like terrible, like they were definitely like ripping off other comics, would bring like 20 of their friends, and it'd be so funny because Brett would go on right after them and say, "Hey, if you're gonna do this show, like do your own jokes," and like the whole friend group would just be like real quiet after like gassing them up the whole time, and I live for that. I live for comics being called out by somebody other than me. Well, you said it.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
There's
when
always
Aaron
some-
Naylor at the comedy club like
was
2
before-
months ago, he went up to start shitting on people.
The pre-COVID was Lawrence different? What was it?
Was it? I haven't been since post-COVID, but I mean, it was a huge set list, like 25, 30 people, and free cookies.
I mean, it's a pretty good mic.
It's fun.
I mean,
Just don't like driving because it hurts my ass.
It hurts my ass.
you're so butthurt.
About everything.
That's gonna be the name of the podcast. The butthurt will be Francis. The will be butthurt Francis.
Will Butthurt that's what the B stands.
Yeah.
It stands for Brian. Like I have a very like classy name, William Brian Francis.
It is pretty fancy.
Sounds like I should be on a horse telling my serfs what to do. The hedgerows are not in
Could be in
order.
one of those.
A
Yeah,
Conestoga wagon.
My mom put that up there, and she was like, "That looks American."
That's literally is
As American as you can get.
That's manifest destiny manifested.
Yeah.
So I guess the podcast has been long. I hope I will get you another gift later, but I hope this will suffice. I just dropped my phone. You want a bandana, smiley face bandana?
Yes. I wear bandanas now for Terrence. So.
You ever wear it for a mask? I use hair bands and I wear them around my face. If you're interested, I have those as well.
Well, thank you. And I brought Reese's and fake
Reese's,
mustaches.
We can feed them children.
Thank you for having me on, Bill and Connor. It has
So-
been a pleasure.
So
It was fun.
we have all the comics signed on the poster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You signed it.
Go do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the headrest pillow was going to be for your ass. That's kind of weird.
it's a neck pillow that I take on airplanes.
Head ass.
Head ass.
The wheat. The wheat.
Oh, head ass.
I told DeWeed about my JoJo tattoo, and he was like, head ass. And then I wanted to punch him.
What does that mean?
He's like, head ass. He's like, you know what I mean? It's like head ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's just, it comes from, culture.
I have my head up my ass, so I can relate. That's why it hurts so much. This has been Butthurt.
Butthurt.
Just gonna cut it off. Just let it run.
Yeah.
It's like a Marvel movie, like
Just a-
stay after.
Yeah. Encore. Did you?
Stay tuned for a big guest. Let's hold hands.
Are we still going?
Bless the Lord. Hopefully one day we will end up in the same spot of heaven where Gilbert Gottfried is. Truly just a great man. I'm thinking about doing voices for my jokes now. Connor finally got his hair.
Stop pulling me.
My dick work.
Amen.
Amen. You're never gonna. Can I vape now?